Well, hello, friends. Pro-life leader Frank Pavone here, talking to you from out on the road and bringing you my daily diary segment. What did I do from Monday, the 12th of February, through Saturday, the 17th? Well, it was a busy week. We had our pastoral team meeting week that we have every 6 weeks or so. So let me walk you through the details. On Monday morning, the 12th, I was at my office. We had an extended briefing in which we heard reports from different members of our pastoral team. These are the leaders of Priests for Life, the speakers, the ones that go on the media, the ones that travel around. Most of them live in other cities. They come to headquarters for these meetings. So we had extended staff briefing. I met with some individual staff members. Then at 10 a.m., just the pastoral team members came together for some more updates. They heard updates on different aspects of the progress of our work. That was at 10 o'clock, did some desk work, and then at 11:30 had a meeting with our vice chairman and our polling company, getting ready to release the results of our national poll. And then got some lunch, and then right after lunch at 1:15, I taped the Praying for America program for Right Side Broadcasting Network. And then in the little bit after that, in the afternoon, I had to go for my regular dental cleaning. So I went to see the dentist, got that taken care of. Everything is good, no cavities, and good, healthy report from the dentist. That was on Merritt Island, and so I was close to the office of our executive director, went there to do some business, and then at 5:30, our executive team took me out for a belated birthday dinner at one of my favorite seafood places, and we had a very nice evening together. Tuesday morning, the 13th, at my office in this studio nice and early, doing some tapings. Then we had our staff briefing. I did an extended briefing with the staff with more updates from our team. At 9:30, I had a meeting with our website department. At 10 o'clock, the whole staff came together again for another update meeting. And this is where different branches of the ministry report on what we've been doing. That was at 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, our executive director and I took part in the monthly meeting of the Abortion Recovery Coalition. This is a coalition of groups that work, as we do, in the arena of healing people from the wounds of abortion. That was an hour-long meeting, and part of the agenda was that the group wanted us to review with them our work and give them a little bit of a better idea of what we do, and so we did exactly that. That was an hour-long meeting. Had some lunch, did some desk work, checked in on some emails, and then at 1:30, had a meeting of our executive director together with our international team. That was at 1:30. At 2:30, our executive director and I met with our associate director, Father Dennis Wild. And then at 3 o'clock, I was in the TV studio taping the Praying for America program. At 4 o'clock, our staff came together again, and we had some updates for all the staff. At 5 o'clock, I had a meeting with several staff people in regard to our travels procedure. That's a very detailed procedure by which we accept, review invitations for me or others on our team to travel and speak. And then we begin to plan the details for the trips that we do accept. And then at 6 o'clock, I had update meeting with phone meeting with Mark from our administrative team, and I took my daily walk while having that particular phone call, and then did quiet work in the evening. Now, those 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, some of the things I had to do in terms of desk work and emails covered the following topics: plans for prospecting, mailings, deployment of our interview with Abby Johnson, approval of emails, work on the election calendar, joint messaging with the main networks of pregnancy centers. We're working together to get out a message about this new app called See Baby Grow. The more follow-up on our national survey, plans to get on a special prayer broadcast with a group called Marystown, and follow-up work from the National Prayer Service. That was Monday. On Tuesday, some of the topics were work on updating our preaching on abortion page on the website, more work on prospecting, more work on the communications with the pregnancy centers regarding the app, some communication about the Catholic Online courses that I tape, and approvals of appeal letters going out from Priests for Life, as well as follow-up with the Abortion Recovery Coalition, which I mentioned a moment ago. That brings us to Wednesday, the 14th of February. Was the beginning of Lent, and it was also Valentine's Day, of course. I did work at my desk and the studio, and at 7:25 in the morning had a TV interview with Newsmax. That was all about Lent. They wanted me to give some spiritual reflections about the meaning of Lent. And so I did that at 7:25, went back to my desk, got ready for the staff to come in, and some of the topics on email that I had to cover today involve ranging media interviews, working on travel arrangements, the deployment of videos that we have taped, the approval of appeal letters going out, the election email that needs to go out. This is inviting people to take part in our election-related training. You may want to be involved in that if you aren't already. The Pro-Life University that we've announced, looking at different web domains that we are obtaining, approving an action alert to go out to our email list, and working on updates to a special flyer we have overviewing our Priests for Life activities. I did some of this work at my desk. Let's see, we had some morning meetings and tapings, and then at 11:45 I welcomed a couple of visitors. Actually, they got here a little early, about 11:20, and they are supporters of Priests for Life, wanted to come by and visit us, learn more about what we're doing. Had a very nice visit with them, and then had some lunch. And then at 1 o'clock I had to leave in order to go to a doctor's appointment, orthopedic doctor. And again, everything is good, just making sure that we cover all the bases. And then after that, I did some work back at the office, quiet work to finish out the day. On the 15th of February, which was a Thursday, started off as usual early at my desk and some things in the studio. Had pro-life leaders connecting with me and communicating about various things, took care of some instructions for the social media team, and had some conversations with different departments about updates in the procedures. That always gets reviewed by me. So things with the gift entry department regarding the email department and also the travel department. Our meetings continued with the pastoral team. So there was, after the extended briefing starting at 8:30, there was a 9:45 meeting with our executive director and our youth outreach and street activism coordinator. That was at 9:45. Then at 10:30, I had a phone call with one of the other pro-life leaders planning some election-related activity. At 11 o'clock, back in our executive director's office, meeting with our pastoral associate, Kevin Burke. And then at 11:30, meeting with Katie D'Annunzio and our executive director. Katie is the day-to-day manager over at Rachel's Vineyard at the Main World headquarters, which is just outside Philadelphia. Then at 12 noon, I got onto a 2-hour Zoom meeting, which was a prayer session and also a talk that I gave to them and question and answer. It's called Mary's Town. Then as soon as I got done with that, I hopped onto another Zoom call where our executive director and I met with Shari Richard and her team. Shari is a pro-life ultrasound technician who did pioneering work in revealing the baby in the womb to the world. Her work was titled from the beginning, Window to the Womb. And then after that, I taped in the TV studio around 3:15 or so, the Praying for America program, Right Side Broadcasting. And then at 4 o'clock, back at my desk for a meeting with our media team. Actually, I went to our communications director and we got in front of the computer together, our media firm. And then the late afternoon work always involves getting end-of-day updates from the staff. Took my daily walk, and at 8 p.m. had our monthly election training call. Volunteers hopping on from all over the country. And we talked for about an hour about latest developments, and then I had my dinner after that, actually a late dinner that night. That brings us to Friday, the 16th of February. Some of the work I had to do at my desk had to do with a post-conference emails going out to the Students for Life, at whose conference we had been present and exhibiting. Opinion pieces, getting into different publications, did some work on that. Got the donor birthday envelopes. I write birthday cards to some of our donors. The discernment of someone who was looking at being a Silent No More regional coordinator. Did some communication about that, some follow-up on the elections training we had the other day, approved the follow-up email, some input into our prospecting work, some work on the monthly statements that we send out, and also working with our web technicians to approve a special sign-up form for pro-life leaders when we do like joint statements of pro-life leaders, and did some work on a joint statement that we need the leaders to sign on to. That was a fruit of our leadership meeting recently. Had our staff briefing at 8:30, but then at 8:45, I went into the studio, had to do a live interview with Real America's Voice, and that was very good. And then I did a lot of work at my desk. I had to approve an op-ed. I had to approve some mailings going out. I had to approve some emails going out. And then at 12 noon, I had another live TV interview, and did that interview, and then more work at my desk. And then at 3 o'clock, there was a pastoral team meeting, and we did our monthly review of the reading. We give the pastoral team some book related to abortion or the pro-life movement or the elections. We read it, we discuss it. We had that meeting at 3 o'clock, and then at 4 o'clock, I was back in the TV studio doing the nightly program, Praying for America. And then I just did quiet desk work and so forth at night. And then finally, Saturday, the 17th of February, I was in the office. I did a bunch of writing. I did some taping. I did the 10 a.m. scripture broadcast live. Then I had some desk work. I worked, on follow-up in regard to some of my matters in regard to staff management, and also in regard to details on video editing for our video department. Had some lunch, and then at 1 o'clock I had an hour-long live, or actually pre-taped radio interview, pre-taped for the next day. And that was very good, talking about all different aspects of abortion. And then I was working at my office the rest of the day. Again, some writing and some planning and some getting ready for conferences I'll be attending, and some scheduling and the like. So very, very good. And then our executive director is traveling. I went down to Merritt Island in the evening. We have some friends who moved there from California that we knew from decades ago, and so I did a little visit with them, and then checked in on in our executive director's office there, and had to get some things for her, and that was and then back to my headquarters that night. Did a little quiet work at the office. So that was Saturday the 17th. So that's what I did. Monday, February 12th. To Saturday, February 17th, 2024. Hope your days are going well. Let's continue working together for the end of abortion.